let's move on. Jack Frost from 1997 versus The Exorcist from 1973.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
my fucking god, what is wrong with you?
Okay. Here's the thing. I've actually only seen The Exorcist once in my life. That was back in 2009. So it's almost been 20 years since I've seen it. And some people might be wondering why I'm so sure that it was 2009. I have my reasons. I saw it once back in 2009, and I remember it being okay. But since it's been so long since I've seen it, I probably can't fairly judge it. Whereas Jack Frost, I do think it's certainly a flawed movie, but it's entertaining. And I'll be interested to see The Exorcist again, but I just don't know if I'm going to find it, especially with my views on the Catholic Church and possession, and that I'm not big into those types of movies anyway. I just feel like it's not going to do as much for me as it would other people.
Yeah, well, uh, I don't think this is all that close, and I think most people would agree with me. Now, with that being said, I do get some entertainment out of Jack Frost, but I don't know. There's something about that movie where I'm both entertained and bored at the same time. I don't know what it is. Um, the one-liners and all that. That stuff is fun. But I think when Jack Frost is not on the screen, it's kind of a bore. I think that's what it is. It really comes down to the character. When the character's there, it's fun. When the character's not there, it's putting me to sleep. And with that being said, I'll use a line that I remember from Jack Frost to well, I'm just going to aim it at Jiggy because of his
Come on, be
terrible
fun.
selection here. Blow me. All right, let's go to Henry versus The Conjuring. Two wildly different movies here. Um, boy, this is actually a bit of a tougher choice for me.
Yeah, you may not have been able to tell, but there was some mild hesitation on my part.
I think Henry is a movie that's going to stick with, at least for me, it sticks with me longer than The Conjuring does. The Conjuring, maybe it's because there's now a bajillion Conjuring movies and a whole other set of unrelated movies that are very similar to it. Maybe that's why I'm not going to pick it, but yeah, I think Henry is a well-made, low-budget movie. It's very effective, and like I said, it just sticks with you. After, well, at least for me, it stuck with me after I watched it. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll say for my part, I'm not a giant fan of either movie. Now, to be fair, I've only seen The Conjuring once. I have it on DVD. I haven't watched it since. To be honest, I remember being somewhat generic, but I've only seen it once, and it's been a while.
yeah.
Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer is not an enjoyable movie. Like I don't enjoy watching it, but I do think it's a well-made movie, and like Chucky said, I do think it was take with you. So that's why I went with Henry.
And as we can see on the poster for Henry, it's got a quote, two thumbs up from Siskel and Ebert, who are not very kind to movies that are considered exploitative. So for them to give it a positive review, considering, what the movie contains, um, that probably says something about it and how good that movie actually is. So, all right, let's go to the next round. Oh, a show favorite, Halloween Resurrection, versus The Hills Have Eyes. Now, this is the remake from 2006. Um, I think The Hills Have Eyes remake is, yeah. I think objectively a better movie. Once again, I get stuck on the replayability of the movie. Uh, like Halloween Resurrection is probably the movie I would watch more times, but The Hills Have Eyes remake is a movie that I would think I enjoy the most if I'm just coming down to one view. So, yeah, I'll go with that.
And I'll just say for my part, it's been so long since I've seen either one of these movies, to be honest. Like, I probably haven't seen either one for 15 years. I do remember quite enjoying Hills of Eyes. I thought it was well done. And Resurrection, I've already spoken about, but I do think Hills of Eyes probably averages it out.
Yeah. Okay, this time Halloween 4 versus Carrie 2.
Yeah, I'll just say for me, aside from the first Halloween movie, which I think's 10 out of 10, Halloween 4 is one of my favorite sequels. I think there's some issues with it, but partially nostalgic, partially just elements of the story that are even difficult to put into words. I think it's a really good movie. Flaws aside, with Rage 2, I mean, it's okay. Okay, 2, it's okay, but for me, no competition.
Hmm. Halloween 4 is fine. Yeah, both of these movies, in my opinion, are decent movies. Uh, Halloween 4, I don't know, maybe it's just, it starts feeling a little too much of the same thing. Uh, the mask in the movie is a bit iffy for me. I think it loses some of its shape in the movie, if that makes sense. I don't have a strong, like, I'm picking this over this one, but
I do think the fact that you like movie 6 more than movie 4, well,
to
I
be
feel like it's somewhat of
fair,
an interesting
what
choice.
to
No,
be
I'm not
fair,
criticizing, but
well, to be fair to me, I did say that it does have some nostalgic edge to it. Well, from my point of view, because it's one of the first Halloween movies that I ever saw. But in addition to that, like I said, Halloween 6, in my opinion, has the best mask in the series. Michael Myers in it is the most sadistic that I've seen him in any of the movies. And he also does a shit ton of killing in that movie. So, especially if you watch the ending where he's just massacring everyone in that hospital. So, uh, you know that scene towards the end, and uh, I can't remember if this is in both the theatrical and the producer's cut. By the way, I think I slightly prefer the theatrical cut. It doesn't do as much favors for the story, but I think just in terms of pure entertainment, the theatrical cut is better. But that scene where Paul Rudd's trying to get the lady out from that room and he sees Michael Myers walk down the corridor, that shit, like back when I first saw that, I was shitting my pants. That was so intimidating. And then even just that one little moment in the movie where you kind of see Michael Myers running, it's kind of funny, but at the same time, I even find that little bit scary because I don't know. It's like, okay, if you're watching the movie and you're like, okay, I've got plenty of time because this dude's walking like a 80-year-old, and then you see, oh shit, he's actually gonna catch up and get me this time. That's how I viewed that scene. But yeah, I know people are probably gonna tear me apart for my opinion on Halloween 6, but I love that movie.
and I do think Halloween 4, especially in more recent times, is considered among one of the baddest sequels. I usually hear good things about it. Like 5 is very mixed, 6, well, 6 is mixed too. But I generally hear positive things about number 4. So
Yeah,
come at me. And like I said, I don't dislike the Rage Carry 2. It's okay, but you have a really high movie, then you have Rage. So there you go.
yeah.
Hey, this is a very similar option actually.
Yeah, Halloween Resurrection. It loves to dominate our show, but this is so easy. And as I've stated before, I love Carrie. 10 out of 10 movie for me. So yeah, Halloween Resurrection didn't stand a chance. Were you about to say something?
I was just going to say like, comment, and subscribe, Russ.
Yeah, do all the usual YouTube bullshit.
Notifications, dude. It's really
Yeah.
fun.
Smash that like button.